Hello, audience. This is Kronos from Texas Smash, and today we crown the champion of My Hero Madness. Let's nerd out together. TurtleQuirk is back to join us and finish out My Hero Madness. We started this tournament with 100 fighters. There have been 84 eliminations coming into this video, and we will eliminate 15 more today. Who will stand on top when the dust finally settles on this massive fantasy My Hero tournament? Embrace the full madness by witnessing the entire 100-man tournament. Check out the first 3 parts of the series below. Links in the description. Revelry in the dark. Spoiler warning, any character in the My Hero Academia universe could be brought up and discussed. No one is off limits for the tournament. Like and subscribe. First region of round 4 would be Rappa versus Redistro.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Redestro in this situation. Rappa, obviously he's super tough, but Redestro is kind of like a giant who's like super strong. When he was attacking Shigaraki, and Shigaraki was like parrying those attacks, the shockwaves were basically destroying the city. Like, he is a city level threat, you know? Whereas Rappa is very tough, obviously, but he does damage to the individual in front of him. He's not so powerful that he destroys the things around him. You know what I mean? So I feel like Regester is just on another level of power when compared to Rappa. And when we also, this is one of the things that made Rappa seem less intimidating to me, was just how easily Suneater beat the guy, or beat his clone. If you guys remember that part, we twice made a clone of Rappa who is obviously identical to Rappa, and Suneater just dusted this guy in just so quickly so I feel like Regester wouldn't let that happen to him, even on his worst day. That's the way Rappa got beat there. That's not going to happen to Redestro. So I'm going to go for Redestro to win this one.
I gotta agree, Redestro. Although I will say, don't hold Rappa to his clone too much. That's a clone, so that's a lot weaker.
I know, but still.
Let's not take too much away from Rappa.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Power overwhelming in Redistro's favor here.
Yeah.
Agreed. Redistro. To me, the sheer power that he has would overpower Rappa.
All right. Easy enough. This one, not so easy. I don't want to go first. Eraserhead versus number 6. What do you guys think?
Oh. I don't want to go first either.
Eraser literally just shuts his quirks off. But then you have the whole old clock. Would he be quick enough to outmaneuver Eraserhead?
All number 6 needs is that one split second for Aizawa to blink. I'm going to go for number 6. He can explode himself, right? So he can set his body parts to explode. And Aizawa, at the end of the day, he's a human being. He's not a Nomu or anything. So an explosion will do serious damage to Aizawa. So how is he really going to restrain number 6, even if the overclock quirk isn't working? Those bomber cells that number 6 uses to explode himself, that's technically not a quirk. They're bomber cells, whatever that means. It doesn't sound like a quirk to me. It sounds like a weird mutation or like a genetic enhancement, not so much a quirk, if you know what I mean. So I feel like as long as he has those self-exploding limbs on his side, he can probably take Aizawa, even though I rate Aizawa so highly. One of the best heroes, obviously. But no, I think number 6 probably, in a 1v1, number 6 probably does take this one.
Yeah, number 6 is a bad matchup for Aizawa. Turtle, you beat me to it. I believe there's body modifications that he got from the Villain Factory, and then there's the quirk itself. So Aizawa could do something about overclock, but you're still left with the bomber cells, you're still left with the regeneration, the muscle enhancement's still there. So yeah, not a good matchup for Aizawa. Number 6 takes this, I believe.
Agree with this one as well. Number 6, just the amount of quirks he has and abilities, it would overwhelm Eraserhead to me.
Yeah.
All right, unanimous so far. Region 2, we got now Nomu USJ versus Suneater.
I'm just going to say Nomu USJ. in a matchup like this, I would be very scared for Suneater. Actually, I'd be concerned because I don't feel like he has any chance.
That's how I see it as well. That he would literally just get overwhelmed no matter what he ate. Like Hood, the Nomu is taking him down.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine what animal could he eat that would be, or what food could he eat that would be good enough to give you characteristics to beat a thing like that. I can't think of it.
Ryuku's finger. Oh man, I almost wish I didn't even change my pick because Ryuku Suneater is much more interesting. But yeah, Nomu USJ for sure. So these are pretty lopsided so far. All right. Oh, I feel like this is the lopsided will continue here. I'm pretty sure. I'll go ahead and just cast my vote. Kirishima versus Captain Celebrity. Captain Celebrity, pretty obvious here.
When you have the power to lift a cruise ship on your lonesome, I feel like that is overwhelming strength. I don't think Kirishima could deal with that.
Going with Captain Celebrity as well. For these are pretty. I mean, they are kind of lopsided. It's pretty like
so far.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm looking at next round, and I don't think this will be the case next round. So let's finish this one off. Mount Lady versus Geten.
During the war arc, Mount Lady was like at the mansion, and then when Geten appeared and he did his ice attack, he's the reason we got that panel where Mount Lady was like flying backwards because he was the one who attacked her with his ice and sent her flying. And then there was that massive shot of like her butt over Fat Gum's face, and he was like, "Oh shit." Yeah. Yeah. So they briefly fought, but no, I'm gonna go with Geten.
That's who I was gonna go with. I was just imagining the fight. I mean, not only did we get to see that, but even if he just like froze her feet or whatever, he could easily detain her and then beat her.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but yeah, Geten.
And Mount Lady, even though she's a pro hero, she is still relatively new, right? Like, she only been a hero for a few years because her debut was the very first episode. Whereas Geten, he's a Metal Liberation Army freak, been training his whole life. So I feel like he would take this one. He would get this one.
Yeah.
Agreed. Nana Shamora versus Cementoss.
That is a good one. Okay, so you got the power to, you're floating and you have the power of one for all. It wouldn't have been as strong as the one for all that we know
2 generations back.
Yeah.
And she wasn't able to access any of the quirks. She was just using hers.
One for all with flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two quirks there. Cementos, he's obviously quite. In fact, I would say Cementos is an underrated character, just because he never really gets into the action besides until the war arc. So I guess people might have underestimated him, but he is super powerful. I'm just trying to envision how strong would one for all really be. Like when we compare it to current one for all, like what percentage would Nana Shamora be at? Would it be like 30-40% possibly?
So I'll go ahead and say my vote was Cementos, and that's why. Is because I'm think about the elementary kids whenever, how impressed Shoto and Bakugo were. And that's not even a whole generation ahead of them. That's just a few years younger. Think about 2 generations back, how Nana Shamora ain't seen nothing like Cementos' power. I don't feel like. So that's why I'm going to go Cementos.
I'm going to save my vote for last. For last.
Fair enough.
I thought Cementos right out the gate, he could easily get her and contain her and be able to beat her. To me, I know she has a one for all and great pro hero, but Cementos to me is one of the most underrated heroes, and his sheer ability and power. If he has enough concrete around him, like he's going to be able to win because even for her to be able to take him out, she's going to have to get close. And no matter how much float she has, she's not going to be able to really.
I'm wondering, like, what techniques would she have? Like, would she be able to do, what does Deku call the finger flicking thing again? Like Air Force? Like, would she be able to do that? Because that could probably break the cement. Obviously, one for all would be weaker, and the flight quirk itself would be weaker. She just has the weaker versions of Deku's current quirks. So I'm going to go with Cementos just because he is the safe option. We know what he can do. We know he's super powerful. Whereas Nana, she would have been strong, but strong enough to beat him, we have no idea. We just don't know.
That was unanimous but close. Is that fair?
Hard to decide.
Okay. All right, that was fun. Only a couple left of round 4. We got Hood versus Fat Gum.
Which character was that versus Fat Gum?
Hood.
Oh, Hood. Oh, I mean, this is the thing that pummeled the number 1 hero Would it even be that close with Fat Gum? I don't know. Could you wait just for 1 second? Could we imagine if like Fat Gum comes up against Hood and then all he does is like put Hood into his fat and then that's the end of it? Like just one shot, grab Hood, put him in his fat, game over. I wish it was that easy, but no, I'm gonna go with Hood. I'm gonna go with Hood.
Yeah, you got to go Hood.
Hood strength, I absolutely feel like he's definitely strong enough to literally wear Fat Gum down until he's just KO'd.
Even when Fat Gum was fighting against Rappa and he was getting hit and hit and hit, he in his like internal thoughts, he was thinking that he wasn't gonna survive this. It was only because Kirishima came in at the last second and gave Fat Gum the time he needed that Fat Gum was able to fight back. If Kirishima wasn't there, Fat Gum would have been pummeled. And Hood has way more strength than what Rappa did. So I feel like Hood would just batter the guy until he had no option. He wouldn't survive. So yeah, Hood is the definite winner here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it would be close. Kind of like the next one. We got a Tokoyami versus the woman Nomu. Honestly, same explanation. Nomu woman is in a different league. I feel like.
Yeah, not comparable.
Even if Tokuyami went, full berserk mode.
Oh yeah, no, that is a good point actually. Yeah, that berserk mode is pretty ridiculous.
I mean, just imagine it. Even when he was fighting against Moonfish, switch it out, Nomu woman, and just aggressively, boom, envelops her. Just literally just beats the crap out of her. To me, like in her versus the heroes that were fighting, the woman was getting beat up. So I feel like Tokuyami could absolutely go berserk mode and just overpower the woman Nomu. What do y'all think?
Yeah, that is a really good point, the berserk form. As long as you get to the brain, basically, you can beat her. And so I'm thinking, like, could Dark Shadow at full berserk mode, could it destroy her brain? Probably, yeah. At his best, I think Tokuyami, if he goes for the head, if he's strategic, and he uses Dark Shadow to its full potential, I'm going to go with Tokuyami.
Yeah. Cool.
At his best means, in my mind, like, a good example was Aizawa. Let's look at Aizawa when he still had his eye. But the thing with Tokoyami is that's a variable. That's something that if the circumstances are exactly right, Tokoyami can win. But if they fought 10 separate times throughout the day, Nomu woman is going to win probably 9 of those 10 fights. The only one Tokoyami is going to win, I feel like, is going to be the fight at midnight. Odds are Nomu woman in a perfect situation, I think Tokoyami, but I feel like since Nomu woman would win on average, that's why I'm leaning her way.
That is a good point as well. Yeah, because the berserk form only really happens when it's pitch black, basically, or super dark. I get your logic, like using the average. Like I get what you mean. It is a tough one.
Random time. Hey, I'm coming for your head. I don't care what time of day it is. We're fighting right now.
You're right. Obviously, in most situations, Tokuyami isn't able to use the berserk form.
I'm still going with him because I think, he is getting better control over his quirk. So even if he can't go full berserk mode, him being able to like cover himself with Dark Shadow, use it as a shield / attack, it would be an even fight for sure. And the woman Nomu does have an upper hand just on sheer strength. But I think Tokuyami would, I still think he would win just because he's shown true character. He's got determination on his side.
Yeah, so basically you're saying that you think he could win without the berserk form.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's where we disagree because I don't think he would. No. Yeah, I don't think he would without berserk. So I'm in a tricky situation now because I feel like in the right circumstances he would win. So who do I go for? I actually don't know.
Go with your gut. What does your gut say?
My gut is 50-50, man. It's not easy.
This is Jiro Ojiro all over again.
Yeah. Okay, I'm switching. On the law of averages, if we're being real, most times a day he can't do that. So yeah, I'm going to switch back. I'm going for the female Nomu.
So yeah, you don't think Black Fallen Angel is enough to beat the woman Nomu?
No. That thing is just it's ferocious. If you just put most characters in a ring with that thing, they're gonna die. Most characters we've seen. So yeah, I'll go with her.
Damn. Tokuyami's one of like my favorite characters. I was really hoping he'd win, but y'all are. I get what y'all are saying.
No, students can't play anymore. So round 5, we're down to 8.
That's a good point, Kronos, that all the students are now out.
Just major villains and pros are all that's left on the table. So round 5, Redistro versus number 6.
This is not easy.
It comes down to just strength. And yeah, number 6 has a lot of quirks on his side and the O clock, but again, that's limited. He can't use it for a long, extended period of time. So he has a certain amount of time to be able to get Redestro out. And for me, if Redestro goes, releases all his pent up anger and everything, then he's gonna just literally smash number 6.
But all he needs is that 1 second though, because
Yeah.
1 second to us in normal time, I bet number 6 can do a lot of damage in that period. No, I'm still gonna go for Redestro. You know why? Even when number 6 does use his ability, his finishing blow is usually the 8 punches, right? And I feel like if he did that, it probably wouldn't do anything to Redestro. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Redestro here.
I was about to ask, okay, let's say he's able to use O clock and start to fight him and actually, with his strength, beat him up. Would he really overpower Redestro?
What's he going to do? Even with this second, how is he going to injure Redistro enough to where that doesn't do anything but stress him out and make him more strong? And Redistro, he has a wide enough attack to where I feel like he can do damage faster than number 6 can regenerate, can stomp out the fire, so to speak. So, yeah, Redistro. Nomu USJ versus Captain Celebrity.
Yeah, you know what? I think Captain Celebrity could beat the Nomu in the same way that All Might did. I think he could do a similar like plus ultra type barrage of punches because his quirk is in many ways, it is quite similar to One for All in that not only does he have the super strength, but he has additional abilities that could kind of be almost viewed as separate quirks. I think he could punch that Nomu into the sky just like All Might did. So I'm going to go with Captain Celebrity.
Agreed. Yeah, he's. I think at its core, is it flight or barrier? What
They
is
call
the
it?
core?
He calls it flight,
But it involves barrier and telekinesis is involved too, right? Or that's what causes the barrier.
Yeah. The
Right.
telekinesis is what causes the barrier, and then he can like move the barrier onto other people to protect them if he wants. So it's like 2 different quirks, really.
Yeah, I'm with you. The American All Might wins. What you got, Locan?
I think it would be a crazy battle between them both, but at the end of the day, I would have to go with Captain Celebrity too.
Man, guys, we're supposed to argue on some of these. Then we got
Geten versus Cementos.
they are fated to battle.
Faded. This is the quirk against quirk. It's like mirror images. The one drawback with Geten's ability is that he has to have ice around him. And for me, Cementos, yeah, he has to have concrete. We live in a concrete jungle, so for most of society. So unless they're just out in the desert or something, either way, even if they're in an area where there's not cement, maybe Geten could win. Like Antarctica, sure, he would win, but how are they ever going to be in that area for Geten to have the upper hand? I think Cementos would always have the upper hand and be able to take Geten out. What do y'all think?
It is a tough one.
Good point.
I don't remember. Like, no, they didn't fight during the war arc, but they were like in close proximity to each other, though.
Well, their attacks did. I don't know if they fought 1-on-1, but they did hit each other because there was that one panel where they looked both knocked out almost.
Yeah,
You had a kind of an ice dagger looking thing in Cementos, and then getting all stuck in concrete on the other side of the panel.
very, very true. You know what? I'm gonna go with Cementos because I mean that comment about living in the concrete jungle, like that's true. There is more concrete around us than there is, ice. Like Cementos definitely has the advantage in terms of environment, and I feel like if Cementos was able to trap Geten in the concrete just like he did in the war arc, I feel like if he did that right off the bat, what could Geten do to escape? I'm not sure if he could still use his quirk if he was trapped in that way. So yeah, I think the main thing Cementos just needs to contain him straight away with the concrete, almost catch him by surprise, and he could win this pretty quickly actually.
And it's not so much. It's a valid point about the concrete jungle. Good point, but really, even more making me say Cementos is he's cement. I mean, what's Geten gonna do? I mean, I was a little confused how he got pierced in the war arc, how that actually happened, but I'm just trying to think, like, the dude's body's made out of cement, and you're gonna throw ice at cement. That's not a good. Pokemon taught me that cement beats ice. So, anyway, all right. So we all say Cementos. That's surprising considering how closely those two are matched up. And then last one of this round is the battle of the Nomus, Hood versus Woman.
From what we've seen, Hood actually does have better quirks. I mean, he has something that was similar to Muscular's quirk, if not the exact same thing. Yeah, the jet propulsion thing, the land to fly. I feel like Hood probably takes this one, especially as he has those other Nomu that he stored inside him. Like, Hood was ridiculous. The woman Nomu is more intelligent. I think it's fair to say she is smarter than Hood. I am still going to go with Hood just because of all the different quirks he has and the fighting experience of the original person, like the person that Hood was made from. It was like an underground street fighter, right? I feel like he has the necessary viciousness and skill to take her down.
It would definitely be a close battle. That would be really awesome to see them going against each other. But I agree with you, Turtle. Like, with the amount of quirks he has, he would be able to overpower her. And the fact that he used to be that underground fighter, he's got the experience.
I agree. And I go back again to Hood. Hood was a finished product. The woman was not complete. And Hood took Endeavor to the brink. Nomu Woman had 4 teammates, and it was close against the number 5 hero. So,
yeah.
So yeah, Hood wins this, I feel like. Redistro versus Hood.
What does my gut say? I'm gonna go with Hood. Redestro, his quirk is an accumulation type. So at some point, he would run out of stress. And I feel like Hood, with his super generation, he could outlast Redestro until that moment came. I mean, Redestro is very powerful, maybe even slightly more powerful. But I feel like with everything that Hood has on his side, he could survive until Redestro began to run out of stress. And once that moment happens, it's game over.
I'm going to go with Redistro. Actually, I feel like he'd be able to outlast Hood and be able to take the damage, whatever Hood's going to throw at him, and then be able to come back at him with his strength and wear him out and then take him out.
But I feel like Hood, how do you outlast Hood? Like Endeavor had to go so far to destroy him. You know, Endeavor went plus ultra like in a big way. And that was to incinerate Hood's entire body. What is Redestro's equivalent of Endeavor's Prominence Burn? It's probably like a massive, stress, like a physical attack. It's like he's a power type. So could he punch Hood into oblivion? Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with Hood on this one.
This is tough. Can one of you help me out here? I was trying to find the name of it. The attack that Redistro used against Shigaraki, the Shigaraki Decade.
I don't know if it had a name or if it was more a percentage, because I know he was doing the whole percentage thing. He was like, I'm at 80% now, and he's like, I'm at 90%, I'm at 100%. Like, I can't remember if there was a name for it beyond the percentages. No, I think Hood is the right choice, man. It's the safe choice. He's got all the quirks, he's got the endurance, and he's got the strength as well.
All right, one more thing to consider real quick. Endeavor's Prominence Burn was enough to finish off Hood. Now, the reason I was asking about that attack that Tamura used to K, what would Hood do to avoid this attack? Would that not decimate Hood in the same way that the Prominence Burn did? I feel like that would eliminate every part of him. Like one hit. He doesn't have to outlast him. He could one hit him. One shot. That's kind of where my mind's going. Have y'all made up your minds? Is it split right now?
I made up my mind. I'm still sticking with Redestro.
Damn. Making it hard on me.
You're going to be the deciding
Turtle,
one.
you're sticking with Hood?
Yeah. I'm going to stick with Hood.
I'm going to go Redistro. That's what I wrote down Redistro at the beginning of it before y'all started talking. I'm going to stick with it. But I think that's it. I already made the point, but just at the end of the day, I feel like it wouldn't need to be endurance. It would be a one-hit Redistro. Whenever he launched that attack, I mean, Tamura had Decay, so that's fortunate. If you don't have Decay at your side, I kind of viewed that as an evil-looking Spirit Bomb. So I don't know if it has the same power as Goku's Spirit Bomb, but that's the way it looked like. It looked like a big, black, evil Spirit Bomb that he was about to launch at Tamura. I feel like that would decimate him, but it's tough. It's a tough one.
With that giant attack, yeah, possibly he could. In fact, he probably would. So I guess it's a question of could Hood avoid that long enough until Redestro is out of stress or losing the accumulated stress he has that he needs to be as powerful as he is. So it is close. It's close. Higher Nomu. It brought the number one hero to the brink. So I'm kind of thinking in my head. I'm thinking, how strong is Redistro compared to Endeavor? Is he above Endeavor's level? So because Endeavor struggled with this thing. So is Redistro stronger than Endeavor? Is that what we're implying?
Good question. Oh man. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Hang on. So just for the sake of time, I'm gonna stick with my evil spirit bomb wins the fight. But one thing though, I will say, in My Hero, it's not always A beat B, B beat C, so therefore A is better than C, because technically Edshot beat Redistro, so surely Endeavor's stronger than Edshot, right? But it's hard to say. I don't know if the law of transitive properties always applies in this show.
Yeah, so Edshot beat Redestro. We don't know if Endeavor would have beaten Redestro just as easily or not. Like, we've never seen those two interact, really.
Right.
But I think it is a valid question. If they were up against each other, like Endeavor wasn't even included in this because of his sheer strength. So him versus Redestro, and if Hood gave Endeavor a run for his money, I think he definitely would give Redestro a challenge. For me, Redistro is still just strong enough to beat Hood. Like Endeavor would have would Endeavor have a harder time or just as hard a time with Redestro than he did with Hood?
Yes, I felt like he would.
I feel like after 10 minutes of this fight, Endeavor might have some kind of strategy to deal with him. Because Redestro, powerful quirk user, but just like Endeavor, he only has the one ability. So I feel like Endeavor could begin to strategize and win that fight after like 5 or 10 minutes. So I feel like it would, if Endeavor fought Redestro, I feel like it would be slightly better than his fight against Hood. I feel like he would be able to deal with Redestro at least quicker than he did with Hood.
You decided, Locan. Redestro or Hood?
All right, yeah. I was gonna go with Redestro, but that's a good point. That Hood was way more of a challenge with his whole super regeneration and just the sheer amount of quirks. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm going with Hood.
Cool. Okay. So Locan, you say Hood, right?
Yep. That's who I'm gonna go with.
I'm sticking with Redistro, but it doesn't matter. Y'all both vote Hood. Hood advances to the championship. To determine who he will play, we've got Captain Celebrity versus Cementos.
I'm going to go with Captain Celebrity. Even if Cementos was to try and restrict him or restrain him, his raw strength could break him out of that. If Cementos was to try and defend himself, again, Celebrity could punch through the cement. Like, I feel like cement isn't really an element that would restrict Captain Celebrity. So yeah, I feel like yes, he's got this. Celebrity's definitely got this one, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. He has a barrier, so that's perfect. He has the advantage here.
I'm going with Captain Celebrity as well. Yeah, that Quirk was a perfect matchup to me with Cementos to be able to beat him.
Yeah, as long as his barrier's on, he should be fine. Well, that was quick. We talked about the other one forever. Hey guys, I'm going to pause the call real quick before we talk about the championship. We did vote on the third place match after this call was made, so there's no discussion on this match, but we were all in unanimous agreement that Redestro would win this. Captain Celebrity versus Hood Grand Championship. Who wants to start off?
Captain Celebrity versus Hood. That is a matchup I've never thought about. So my initial gut feeling is Hood has a good chance here. Obviously, but I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything right now. My initial feeling is that like the high-end Nomus, they're just so ridiculous. Taking into account Celebrity's strength, which is ridiculous. If he gets a shot at the brain, he's taking him out in the same way that Endeavor took him out. Ultimately, yeah, I'm gonna go with Celebrity actually, because he has the barrier, one for all levels of strength. The the thing that did it for me, I mentioned it earlier, was lifting the cruise ship. Like that's just insane. That is unheard of almost. Physically, he's up there with the best characters. So can he hit the sweet spot? Can he get the area where he's the brain basically? Can he annihilate that before Hood has the chance to regenerate? I think he can. He's shown to be incredibly fast in vigilantes. He can get to the scene quickly. He can fly. He can fly faster than Ingenium can run. I'm pretty sure that there was a scene like that. He's got the speed. He's got the strength. He's got the barrier to protect himself. If they brought CC into the main My Hero manga right now, and there was a fight between him and a higher Nomu, or this Nomu specifically, even though this Nomu is dead, I feel like CC would be the favorite. He's Endeavor level, if not slightly better than Endeavor. So yeah, I think he's got this. I think he's got this one.
I'm going with you, Turtle. I agree. Captain Celebrity, just that barrier alone, that ability. He's fighting Superman. Hood is, so good luck. I don't think Hood would stand a chance. I mean, like, it would be hard. I'm not saying he wouldn't give a run for his money, but still.
I feel like if it would have been Redistro, then for sure Celebrity wins. But I mean, I don't mean to beat this to death, but Captain Celebrity is going to punch you, right? He doesn't have a lot of range, does he? With his attacks, I keep saying range. The bigger AoE you can hit with, the easier it is to take out a Nomu, I feel like. So whereas I was arguing for Redistro to beat Hood, what does Captain Celebrity got to kind of lay a big blast, so that he can make sure and get the brain?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need a big blast though, because especially with his barrier, he can get up close and personal like that.
When I'm thinking about this fight, I see him up close and personal, and then with that barrier and him being protected, he's still just able to get up in there and beat Hood.
Y'all are right, because I mean, I guess I had this notion in my head where if anyone's going to beat Hood, it's because they're going to get him with a big blast. You take Captain Celebrity and his barrier into account. I guess I just kind of had ruled out up close and personal as an option for anybody to use when they fight Hood. Celebrity could do that. Yeah, I think he could nail the sweet spot.
Awesome. So, are we unanimous?
Yeah, Captain Celebrity. I think we're unanimous here.
Nice.
It would be an epic fight, but at the end of the day, Captain Celebrity comes out on top.
Yeah, and hopefully in the manga we might even see that or see something like this at some point with because the latest chapter they were talking about international heroes potentially coming to Japan in the near future. So
right,
CC could come over, and with all these, there's at least 7 higher Nomus on the loose right now. So something like that could be possible in the near future.
We're gonna have high expectations of old Christopher after this.
Yeah.
And there you have it, the American All Might, the Endeavor of Vigilantes, Christopher Skyline, CC, Captain Celebrity. Whatever you want to call him, this dude is a force to be reckoned with. He may be just what Japan needs right now, considering the current events in the manga. Let's be sure and give Captain Celebrity his due respect here. I mean, old CC is the only character that got 8 different blasts of confetti from different directions, so that's pretty cool, right? For those of you that didn't notice, as the tournament progressed, every round the confetti screens would get 1 additional blast of confetti to celebrate the victors. Oh, you didn't catch that? Rewatch value right here on Texas Smash. But for real, if there's something that's even more important than giving Chris his moment right now, it would be to thank all you guys from the bottom of my heart. I used to do this type of stuff with my friends on a smaller scale, and I've always wanted to put the legwork into setting up a huge tournament like this. Bigger than March Madness, 100. And what better series than My Hero Academia, with all their amazing characters, to set the stage for such a big tournament. This would not have even been possible if it wasn't for all of you. Rose, Ruski, Anya, want 3 examples of awesome people? Look no further. This trio contributed to any of the art you saw throughout this series that was not from the anime or manga. Rose colored some panels and drew the round 2 fight of Nejire fighting Knuckle Duster. Anya also colored some panels and he drew the round 1 fight of Kurogiri vs Setsuna. Ruski colored a bunch of panels that really came in handy considering how far both unanimated characters of Captain Celebrity and Redistro made it in the tournament. Thank you to Pippo and Tyler for being involved throughout the vast majority of the voting process. Turtle, Locan, and I may have took over once it got down to the Smashing 16, but you guys had to take the time to review and vote on 84 separate matches throughout the course of a few weeks. In My Hero Madness, the winner is not something that one person simply decides. You guys helped create that aspect of the series. Thank you to a good friend in real life, Locan, for your help not only with this series as a featured voter, but also with your dedication as a co-host for the weekly My Hero Academia chapter reviews right here on Texas Smash. And of course, I give an enormous thank you to TurtleQuirk for his help. My thank you to Turtle extends even beyond this series. How far beyond? Well, plus Ultra, obviously. I don't think Texas Smash would even be a channel if I didn't receive a little shove via some words of encouragement from the man himself. Hearing a legendary YouTuber like Turtle tell me that I too could be a YouTuber really made me feel a lot like Deku. Even still, look, a newborn channel like mine featuring the #1 hero. How many YouTubers would do this for one of their fans? Turtle is the coolest AniTuber on YouTube, confirmed. I saved the biggest thank you for last. Thank you, audience. Your support means the world to me. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this one-of-a-kind My Hero Academia tournament. Turtle will be back for My Hero Madness 2022. Stay tuned to Texas Smash for more My Hero Academia content.